because she's black and she's young and she's female. That's 3 strikes against her.
Some of the people we interviewed last time we were here that were speaking against her were also black and female.
What is that?
That's your signature, dude.
That someone used, and I told you that.
So someone forged your signature.
They did. The board knows about that, so why don't you ask them about it?
If you look at me in my face and tell me something, and then someone's like, hey, she lied to you, look at the thing.
I didn't lie to you. I didn't lie. I did. I did not sign
So
that.
Keith Freeman forged your signature.
Yes.
Why TIffany Henyard took that interview? Why did she decide to get the biggest YouTuber and hang out with him and try to make it seem like she's doing an amazing job? It's actually, he actually put a comment in the comment section. What do you think is the reason why Tiffany is lying? Why do you think she's behaving this way? Oh, why did she let Tommy G in? And I thought about it as I'm watching this, and it still blows my mind. The only thing I could think of is that she really thought that she was going to win. She really thought that she can control this narrative. She looked at Tommy G as an opportunity to rewrite history.
Okay, she look out for her people. Is she underrated?
I've never seen anybody work so hard and even after being humiliated. I'm going to the end with her. I'm going to the end.
Why do you think she's so targeted right now?
Look at what y'all doing. Y'all are terrorizing the community. Y'all think y'all terrorizing her, but y'all really terrorizing the community with all the things that y'all doing, all the negative things that y'all throwing out there. Y'all hurting us.
Wait, how are outsiders hurting the situation as if the people from the outside just made this up? Like, what do you pay people to, you pay Tiffany Henyard to spend 6 figures on travel? You pay Tiffany Henyard to hire a sex offender? You pay Tiffany Henyard to have her boyfriend get a ghost job, a phantom job? Tiffany Henyard to lock people out of the village hall, to lock people out of financial records, to spend tons of money on overtime for the police when crime is where it is. How did the outsiders had anything to do with that? Like, they didn't at all. Or the village administrator, Keith Freeman, stealing $90,000 from another village. He comes over there and gets himself in trouble. The amount of chaos in the fights and the nonsense, how this had anything to do with people from the outside. The amount of attention, sure, but this is brought on by Tiffany Henyard and her behavior, right? If Tiffany Henyard was doing what she was supposed to do, no one would be here covering this. I did not know the name of Dalton before this started, right? Just seems to be a little silly. A little silly for that explanation. And she also said something crazier after this. Check this out.
So what do I think about the news that's out there? I think a lot of it is false news. I think a lot of it is slander. They hate on her, period. And it's true.
She's been targeted because she's black and she's young and she's female. That's 3 strikes against her.
Some of the people we interviewed last time we were here that were speaking against her were also black and female.
There you go. Thank you, Tommy G, because I think that's the problem with how we just find ourselves to be victims all the time. She's not young, she's in her 40s. People in their 40s are not young. And she's a female. Like, no, it's the decisions that were made by her and her administration is the reason. I don't understand this identity. They call it identity politics. I hate, buzzwords like identity politics. I feel like everything says DEI. I know a lot of that, but it's so infuriating and tiring that we cannot just sit back and just look at a person's body of work, regardless of who they are and what they look like, and decide if the person is equipped for the job or not. If they're not equipped for the job, it doesn't matter who they look like. They put her on. The same people, a lot of people who brought Tiffany Henyard in 4 years ago, they realized that, hey, she's not doing a job that they wanted to do, and then they try to find ways to get her out. Try to do the recall didn't work. But everyone's black. Well, not everyone, but most people who are criticizing her are black. Some of the supporters are black. So it's why we're still using race and gender as if this is a situation where you have white people and black people on opposing sides. Where's white people? Steffi Wiedemann. The lawyers. The only black lawyer I've seen was Max Solomon, and he has so many issues. I don't know if he still has a license right now, but like, why are we still using these identifiers as ways to curb or excuse scrutiny, to excuse criticism? It's just ridiculous.
They got on the bandwagon.
If a leader is going on first-class flights, going to steakhouses, how do you feel about that as a taxpayer?
Why is she supposed to fly coach? Why is she supposed to ride a bus or whatever? Why is she not supposed to have more than one security guard?
Because I'll answer this question. If you are a mayor of a village of 20,000 people, you should fly coach. Yes, you should fly coach or pitch in and pay your own money if you want to fly first class. First class tickets are expensive. I have never flown first class. I don't have that kind of money. So if you have a mayor, township, even if you are she's making over 6 figures and still using the taxpayers' money to upgrade her flights, to go to luxury restaurants. This is not the mayor of New York City. You're not managing millions of people. Dalton was just 20-something thousand. And then you talk about township that's over 100,000, right? That's not enough people for this person to decide, oh, you know what? I'm going to sit back, take these flights. It doesn't make any sense.
Every mayor eats steaks. I think every mayor travels.
I think she's doing exactly what she's entitled to do. She's a supervisor. I think she goes over budget for the community.
I was starting to wonder if I was being North Korea'd by Tiffany, where everything is staged and carefully arranged to give you a reality that they want you to see. What I thought door knocking was canvassing every house on the street to ask their opinion, not just a pre-selected resident that appears to have gotten free stuff from Tiffany.
She has been accused for months of the corruption, excessive spending, the intimidation, and thinking about bringing Tommy G back, or even bringing him back to Dalton, that she could redeem herself, show a different side of her story, right? She frames herself as this misunderstood that's young, black, and female, and she doesn't know why people don't like her. They set me up from the beginning. It's baffling. Another reason, ego. Tiffany compared herself to Jesus Christ. We've seen that video, which tells you everything you need to know about her state of mind. I think at one point she thought she was untouchable. She was someone so powerful. Remember, she's the most powerful woman in the Southland. And her critics weren't exposing legitimate corruption in her mind. They were just haters trying to tear down a great leader that have a few people who enjoy her fresh food boxes. And she thinks by being very charismatic and she can kind of spin the narrative that she thought it'd be enough to manipulate Tommy into presenting her in a positive light.
How's it going?
How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Y'all two laughing right there. What's
Good to
up?
meet you.
Good to meet you too.
How are
Good to
you?
see you? Hey guys.
How's it going?
The one, the only Tiffany Henyard.
Finish getting
Finally
ready.
we meet.
Huh?
Finish getting ready.
Yeah, I'm finna finish get ready and I'll
Okay.
be back.
Cool,
But
cool.
They gonna give you a whole layout of everything.
Perfect.
Yep. All right.
First comment I can say off the bat, she has charisma.
Yeah.
Which I'm not surprised by.
And clearly it didn't happen. It didn't happen in the first video, but she really thought, you know what, I'm gonna destroy Jason House and I'm gonna look great. And he'll put this video out and millions of people will check this out and it will change all of it. I'm gonna put the goofy song out and it's gonna change everything. And obviously she was wrong. So by election day, I think Henyard, and I think it's probably still true, she isolated herself from reality. She surrounds herself with yes men, obviously including her boyfriend Kamal. Hyping her up to, despite overwhelming opposition. She genuinely believed, in my opinion, that she was going to win in a landslide, ignoring every sign that Dalton residents wanted her gone. They were tired of the nonsense. That's the only conclusion I can come up with. Allowing Tommy G to follow her gave her that illusion of confidence. She likes the cameras to follow her. She likes to look good, buying all the wigs. How much money she was spending on her clothing. Okay. So Brandon is the assistant that got paid in the township. This is township, right? Township records. And then obviously he was also doing some other stuff as well with the wigs and the clothing.
Professional stylist bought these wigs for her after she got elected. This is footage of them together. And here are pictures from the mannequins of the store in which the wigs.
So this is one of the wigs. So they were spending $500 on his wigs. She was really paying top dollar. How much wigs cost? I mean, some of the ladies, you guys let me know. So she was spending a good amount of money on those wigs. She was spending a lot of money to look good and not her own money, clearly. That's a lot of money. This is like you are Rihanna or Beyonce. You are someone that spends thousands of dollars on the way you gotta look because you generate income on you looking, obviously the best possible way. You're not a pop star. You're not an R&B star. That's a lot of damn money. I don't know if she thought that she could charm or manipulate Tommy into seeing things her way. Maybe she thought that he would be so entertained by the over-top personality in the songs that he would go easy on her. But he came with the receipts. And then her last ditch effort to excuse this is to lie and say that Keith Freeman forged her signature.
We confront her about a couple of lies she had told me to my face. Here's what happened.
But you said Keith Freeman bought him, right?
We went over that, but today is about my election. Today I want to talk
Tiffany.
about my election.
But what the
I
hell
want
is
to
this
talk about
thing?
my election.
What is this?
What is that?
That's your signature, dude.
That someone used, and I told you that.
So someone
what I gotta lie
forged your
for?
signature.
They did. The board knows about that, so why don't you ask them about it?
If you look at me in my face and tell me something, and then someone's like, hey, she lied to you, look
I
at the
didn't lie
thing.
to you. I didn't lie. I did. I did not sign
So
that.
Keith Freeman forged your signature.
Yes.
To see if it's possible if Keith Freeman forged Tiffany.
It's actually amazing that she's gonna just lie blatantly into Tommy G's face. That could come back to bite her in the ass eventually when the authorities show up. Now you're saying that Keith Freeman forged your signature. Are we really going to believe that? Now, I'm not going to say that Keith Freeman is a honorable person. He is a scammer. He has stolen before, but why would he do that when her and Keith Freeman were very, very tight during that time? Trustee Belcher going in saying, look at what you spent the money on. You spent the money on this Tahoe, crazy interest rate, and is your signature on it. And I don't remember Tiffany Henyard pointing to Keith Freeman saying, well, God damn it, you forged my signature, Keith Freeman. What are you doing? I don't remember that happening. But no, I don't believe that he forged the signature. It didn't happen.
Let's compare this signature with other Tiffany signatures that we have, and we have many of them, here, here, and here. So it's either Tiffany is adding yet another lie to the pile, or Keith Freeman is the best forger that Dalton's ever seen.
This is the video where it's talking about the $150,000 of taxpayer money to lease to Tahoe. This is from the Dalton Trustees channel. Let's go.
At the end of the day, nobody comes here, nobody at all. There are bills that we have the right to take off. We have the right to make decisions about. You say that you're running it at the end of the day, because this is going to be the narrative when we go broke. You're going to say, I wasn't even on the bank account. The trustees did it. When at the end of the day, you're making decisions and spending money and then get mad when we don't approve it because it's not financially sound. I sat here and looked at a lease that y'all was paying $149,000 for one of them trucks. You make absolute, that's like when you 19 years old and you go get a car and the interest rate 27%. That makes absolutely no sense. You're
Please
not
state
making
facts.
great finance, excuse me?
Please state facts.
But let me tell you, here it is, dated December 27, 2022. The cash price of a 2023 Chevy Tahoe, $93,216.71. Interest and APR, $55,929.49. Total lease price, $149,146.20. Tell me if it's not facts, because your signature is all on it.
I don't see that.
Okay, but you want me to pass?
I don't.
All right.
I'll
But
get my
at the
statement
end,
in a
at
few
the
minutes
end
when
of
you
the
finish.
day, it's not about going back and forth with you. It's about making financial decisions that is in the benefit of everybody and just not one person. And you can't seem to understand that.
Okay, so Keith Freeman is just sitting there. So he don't look guilty. He don't look like whoopsie doo. They got me. I took Henyard's signature to buy this Tahoe. And how much money and interest? This is outrageous. Outrageous. $55,000. Who's the dealership? First Government Leasing. Now Keith Freeman did bring First Government Leasing to the village. And I made a video about this. This company takes advantage of municipalities with really ridiculous high interest to basically strip villages that are struggling. And I believe Keith Freeman got a consulting fee from First Government Lease, received some kickback from First Government Leasing. So yeah, that signature is definitely hers. There's no doubt about it. I'll show it right here. Tangelique Miller. So Tangelique, if she's getting interviewed by the Fed, she's gonna say Keith Freeman signed that? He forged it? So you would take a forged signature and you sign yourself? Like, come on. Absolute disaster. Just destroyed her in this video. That may be my title. Completely destroyed Tiffany Henyard with this video. And yeah, classified Brandon's administration assistant to get paid. All this is happening. And now that's why you see what we see. She doesn't want Stephanie Riedemann to go and conduct a meeting over the phone. And then they all leave after it was a 5-second meeting. This is why we're here. It's instead of changing the narrative, she just made herself look worse. She gave Tommy a lot of access to exclusive footage of her losing in real time. that empty campaign party, her lies about the Tahoes, her delusional statements about winning were all caught on camera. If she had any chance to spin her corruption into a media hit job, she destroyed herself. It wasn't a loss at this point. It was a complete humiliation. She handed Tommy G the perfect story on a silver platter. Like, I agree with that 100%. She should have never did this interview. She should have never had him around. It didn't make any sense. Look at the other charges. I mean, Walmart, Walmart is doing pretty well. Jeff Bezos and Amazon, it's so much crap that they spent. And according to Kamal, Tiffany had nothing to do with it.
Senior advisor.
But if you're responsible for running the budget of a town, and the budget's going astray,
you're talking about the person that's allotted the card, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they have to do what? Spend it responsibly, right? Who sees it before she sees it?
The guy that spent it, the accountant, whoever has access.
Bam!
Whoever has
Bam!
access
Bam!
to
Bam! But if the CPA that's set in place, right, does not report it to the lead, the top, how would you ever know? You running a business, right? Like a real business. This is basically a Fortune 500. You know what I'm saying? You running 2 Fortune 500s, and both of them are this. You get what I'm saying? So when you're doing the hiring, it's not you, it's HR.
So if I understand it correctly, she's not involved in the hiring and she's not involved in the spending.
How do you involve yourself in something you don't even have a card with?
That's about it. I mean, outrageous. Let me know what you guys think about this story in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Her campaign workers looked like they were paid cigarettes to show up.